Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the light heavyweight bout between Danilo Marques versus Kennedey Nzechukwu, or Nzechukwu, or Nzechukwu, or yeah. I see this one right here is Danilo Marques will have a 1-inch height advantage, but Nzechukwu will have a 5-inch reach advantage. And I feel like Nzechukwu gonna feel like the longer fighter in the one. And outside the height and reach, where I don't feel, well, definitely the reach I feel is gonna be more significant than the height. I don't feel like Danilo really gonna use his height because this is a guy that's really just want to get up underneath you, take you to the ground, and enforce his BJJ and grappling upon you. So, I mean, height definitely could play a factor. Does play factors in that as well, but not as much significantly as it does with, with striking. Like a guy that's using his yardstick arms to keep you at bay and punch you from halfway across the ring is much different than a guy who just wants to make himself like a lawn table and run into you and try to drag you to the ground. There's differences, and like I said, there's a lot of different differences, but definitely on the feet is much more significant. On the ground, like almost like weight and side, in BJJ, a lot of that stuff just becomes neutralized. Wrestling, more a factor, but just like the ultimate equalizer in a lot of cases where people have height advantage on you, size advantage on you, and in BJJ, their skill, who's the more skilled fighter will come out the better. But again, it still has a factor, but definitely not to the degree that reach does on the feet. But to the point on this one right here, I feel like Danilo Marques is definitely going to go to the ground. I haven't really seen him mix up on the feet, and I definitely don't see the confidence in him on the feet. So even if he does have a good degree of striking or all this or a decent skill, confidence is everything. I feel like Nzechukwu gonna come in riding a lot of confidence from his last fight, been able to knock out a world-class striker, be able to overcome adversity early on, and come back and get a big victory and get big bonus and all that stuff. And even prior to that, I feel like Nzechukwu is the better striker without a doubt. And as far as this fight was the real factor of why I'm leaning to Nzechukwu in this one, even though I haven't said it yet, or said I was going to predict him, I'm just flat out saying I'm predicting Nzechukwu to win, is I feel that it comes down to the grappling aspect. And I feel like Nzechukwu actually has some underrated grappling, good takedown offense, good ability to get back to his feet real fast, been in there with some good wrestlers and some good grapplers. He lost to Craig, but really in that fight he addressed the grappling to Craig real well. Up until like under a minute left, last minute or less of that fight, where he was doing good on the ground with Craig, but got too comfortable. Probably saw that the clock was winding down, and so he was willing to take some risks. Maybe try to look for a finish on the ground or just to ride out the final time. It's typically less risk to be on the ground than on the feet, because any little punch, any little knee, spinning back elbow, spinning back fist, flying knee, kick, any little thing, and the fight could be over. So kind of just taking it to the ground, or taking advantage of Paul Craig trying to take it to the ground and ended up on top of Paul Craig and having success. I think had him in the crucifix at one point. Get a little bit comfortable and like I'm just gonna ice this round and win it, because he was winning the fight. I feel like it would have been a shutout 3-round decision, or it would still have been unanimous. Whether it be 29-28 or 30-27 without that submission, it would have been an Nzechukwu fight without any controversy. I say controversy, but all I'm saying is I feel like Nzechukwu's takedown defense is solid. He gets up real well, and I feel like it's going to cause Marques a lot of issues trying to get to takedown. Also, the reach of Nzechukwu going to cause Marques issues trying to get behind that reach to get to him to get those takedowns. And then when you try to take down a long person like that, the arms are already like as long as their legs, so you try to take them down and like they're standing on their arms. So it's going to be a lot of issues. It's going to be uncomfortable for Marques, make it rough, make it difficult, make it awkward for Marques to get these takedowns. And if he does get them, and if it does or doesn't get those takedowns, it's going to be an issue for him. It's going to be a lot of energy wasted, a lot of frustration, and then Nzechukwu going to be able to take advantage of that, and even probably take advantage of some positions, but not in this case. Not going to try to play too much in the fire on the ground as much. Maybe get a little bit of shots in there, disengage, and on the feet just be long and more tactical on the feet, be more active on the feet, be more confident on the feet, outstrike Marques, and take advantage of his expended energy and exertion, and make him pay for trying to take it to the ground so desperately, and wearing the effects, the fatigue from failed attempts to take to the ground or to initiate his grappling. And then Nzechukwu will put it on him and be able to put out a fatigued, worn down Marques in the 3rd round. So in this one, I got Kennedey Nzechukwu via 3rd round TKO.